In an ever-evolving digital landscape, for your business to thrive, you must adapt or die. Welcome to Marketing in the Age of AI, the podcast helping you harness the power of AI and marketing tools to revitalize and grow your business. And now here's your host, marketing expert and author of Authentic Marketing in the Age of AI, Emmanuel Rose.
Welcome to this episode of Marketing in the Age of AI. This episode, we're going to take an overview of what has happened in the last 6 months or so, or maybe the last 6 days, and talk about how people plan it with a forward view of how AI is going to impact jobs, impact culture, impact business, and we'll probably even have a few funny jokes. My guest today is Ivan Vislavskiy, a leader who has mastered the art of combining technology with business strategy. Ivan is the CEO of Comrade Digital Marketing, and I think over 18 years old. So it's a very old agency in this world. And he brings a wealth of expertise in driving growth through innovative solutions. His insights into using marketing tools and platform to achieve measurable results are invaluable for you if you're looking to stay ahead in this era of transformation. Get ready for engaging and varied discussion that promises actual takeaways for marketers and business leaders alike. Ivan, thank you so much for taking some time to have a conversation with me.
Hi, Emmanuel. It's great to be here. Quite an intro you gave me. I love it.
Well, that's good. I mean, is it 18 years? Is that how long you guys have been around?
Yeah, give or take. The agency's been incepted in 2008. Really, when it became a company, it was roughly 2011, 2012-ish. Up until, from 2008 till 2011, it was more of a hobby side hustle, per se. If you take the full history from 2008, it's 17, getting close on 18 years. So April is actually when we're officially going to turn 18.
I love it. Yeah. So that's a good run. And you and I are contemporary, so we've seen a lot of the similar things. And we've seen the dramatic changes that have overtaken marketing over that time. I mean, I was just getting started in the agency world when social media was a force of nature and couldn't be ignored anymore. And I was always like 1 week ahead of my clients. And so for me, the last 15 years has been the same thing. I'm just 1 week ahead.
And there was a digital transformation, which was very, very beneficial for a lot of the agencies. One of my mentors, he's in the agency space. He built the entire agency on that digital transformation when lots of large companies started to switch from typical your day-to-day operations to digital. We need to have everything digital, and they were just happened to be in the right place, the right time, and they made lots of money.
Yeah, and pay attention to the trends and understand how to capture things in a functional way for people so that they can achieve an ROI, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Well, that's cool. So, talk to me a little bit about how you've implemented automation and AI into your agency, and what that looks like for you kind of on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah, Emmanuel, if you don't mind, I'm just going to give a 10,000 feet overview of who we are as an agency.
You bet. Go ahead.
At Comrade Digital Marketing Agency, we help local service businesses grow using inbound marketing strategies. So inbound is what we do, what we excel at, right? We're truly experts in search engine marketing, and search engine marketing's changing pretty rapidly nowadays, right? We can talk about that. There's a lot to be said on that front. The three of our main sort of industries that we service, that we focus on, are legal, home services, and healthcare. I think this would be beneficial for the context of this conversation.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah. Now your question is how does automation and AI changes our agency?
How have you guys? What sort of projects and workflows have you automated or built custom software for?
Yeah, so it's huge, right? AI has been definitely a disruptor to what we do as an agency. Luckily, we were early adopters. We were early enough to jump on, the wagon when it was still building, even before OpenAI sort of became a thing, and everyone started using ChatGPT. We're already experimenting with the learning language models and so on. We're already building some of the automations, doubling with the big data sets and so on. So if you sort of zoom out, I guess there are three main pillars how automation and AI helps our agency. First one is culturally. We've made AI sort of been a part of who we are. It's ingrained in our DNA now, and it's in every department. We have weekly calls with the executive team, and then the executive team has calls with their teams. And at every meeting, we have at least 5 or 6 mentionings of AI. How we use AI, what new systems we've been testing, any new ideas of the workflows that we need to automate, and so on and so on. So culturally would be our number one pillar. Secondly, operationally, about 2 years ago, we separately built a dedicated internal research and development team, research and development and innovation team. And their entire goal is to find, test, and implement various AI and automation workflows within different departments, so that they can save us time and improve the output, right? That's the big idea.
Yep.
We measure it all, because if you can improve it if you can measure it. So Their goal is, or the way it's measured is how many hours they actually save across different departments every single month. Our goal is to save between 6,000 to 12,000 hours annually. So we're constantly measuring that, and we see the impact of that team.
So that's like very, very six full-time equivalent hours, right?
That's full 6 full-timers is exactly that. Yeah, exactly right.
Beautiful.
Yep. And the third pillar is client-facing. We've built our internal proprietary tool called Growth Portal. And what it does currently, every client that we service in any of those 3 industries has access to it and has a full view where they can see 24/7 what's happened with their marketing results. And they're not just vanity metrics that every agency is trying to show. Like, look at my clicks, look at my traffic, look at the positions. No, we go deeper. What we care about are true business metrics that every business owner wants to know or needs to know, such as how many marketing qualified leads am I getting every single week, every single month? How's it comparing to a previous month or previous quarter or previous year? Is there seasonality involved, and so on? Then what is the split between non-paid and paid in different channels, right? And in non-paid, it also goes local SEO or Google Map Pack versus organic SEO. And now we're also adding a separate layer AI overview or AI systems, ChatGPT, Perplexity, and so on, right? Because that's gonna get more and more traction and more traffic results along the way. Then cost per lead is another most significant KPI that we measure per channel, again, per different campaigns, and marketing ROI from each channel. So our clients can clearly see what is the projected ROI based on how many marketing qualified leads have been delivered, let's say for the last month. multiplied by conversion rate, multiplied by average order value, you can see this is approximately how much revenue you should generate, right? And there's actual ROI, which is we collect data of how many clients they closed, what were the deal sizes, and then we show them the actual ROI. And usually it's very, very close to each other.
Sure.
So this growth portal, how we use AI within this portal, we started building growth portal with the AI foundation. We used to have 4 individuals that used to qualify leads for every single client, for every single campaign that we would build on client behalf.
Right.
4 people, you still make mistakes and so on. So we sat there and we were thinking, there's got to be a better way. There's got to be a way how we can automate it with the help of AI. So we built our own model. We trained it. And what this model does, it goes through all the leads and AI qualifies every single lead. And not only tells you if it's marketing qualified, but it's also able to digest where this lead is coming from, geography-wise, what services they're looking for, and how likely are they buy soon, right? Like there's specific indicator.
The intent.
So we gave them a star from 1 to 5 stars. We rank them like this. This is a hot lead, the 5-star lead. You got to jump on it right away, right? So this is just the beginning. We also have various other reports that we're building within this growth portal. A couple of the reports are local SEO specifically. We're big believers that local SEO, despite the fact how AI changes the search behavior, local SEO is going to be a thing. Very, very important thing moving forward. So we're doubling down on that. We're trying to figure out, how we can master that with the power of AI, with the help of AI.
Yeah.
Also, we because we have so much customer data, we're building our own sort of AI chat where you can just quickly put a prompt like, for client so and so, how am I doing over the last 3 months versus the previous 3 months? Which channels are producing better versus which channels are need to be looked over, and so on. So this is just a very quick preview.
So you have a dynamic chat bot that'll pull reporting as you need it for client meetings or for planning meetings. It's pretty awesome.
Yep. Otherwise, you need to have data science people, which we don't have many, dig through the data on the occasion when someone from, let's say, account management team reaches out, like, hey, I need to know for so-and-so customer, how we doing on, in specific time period or in specific scenario. You can do that with the power of AI now.
Yeah, that's amazing platform. I love the sounds of how functional that is, and leveraging technology for the positive side of its contribution, right?
Yeah, saving us a bunch of time. Remember, I mentioned our goal to save up 12,000 years. So our last goal was achieved just by this automation alone.
Yeah, I would imagine. Reporting continues to be the bane of the agency existence for sure. Well, and marketing departments in general. I'm curious what your philosophy is on how you're doing the GEO. How you're kind of splitting SEO and GEO, and moving forward, how you're building content to be most crawlable by the Perplexity and Claude and these various services.
Yeah, great question. We're actually not splitting it. We're trying to actually merge it into one. We're afraid that SEO as it stands might not exist in 3 years in the shape and form that it currently is. So we're trying to combine SEO and GEO into one service.
Yep.
At the foundation of GEO, it's the same basic principles of the SEO.
Right.
Based on our research, 80 to 85% of the activities to achieve great GEO results are going to be similar to your typical SEO algorithm updates, right? Like everything, from EAT perspective, content generation perspective, keywords, visibility perspective, link building, authority, directories, and so on and so on. And there's additional 15 to 20% that we still need to double with, and that would be different, between the SEO and GEO. So we're doing that just because we want to be relevant to our customers.
Sure. Absolutely.
And in case, I still think Google is going to be a big thing. I don't think Google is going to go anywhere, but ChatGPT, Perplexity, Claude, and all their tools, Grok, their share of traffic, their share of viewership is going to increase over time, right?
Sure
so you can't discount that.
No, of course it would be. We have to have more fracturing in our marketing campaigns, right? Where we have to have to plan for all these different algorithms, not just one algorithm now. So it's interesting, right? Well, so what are one or two things that a marketing department can do to kind of future-proof their SEO, for the next couple of years, from your perspective?
On the client side, it's the visibility for sure. I would say number one, I would definitely invest in reputation as much as possible. Getting reviews, not from just Google platform, but from all other platforms combined.
Interesting.
And then getting visibility in as many platforms as you can. Being on the directories, even though it costs money to sponsor some of the directories or being there and so on. All the AI systems, they not just scrape Google's data, but they also scrape other platforms. Reddit has been one of them. YouTube is huge. Various forums and so on, various directories. So definitely investing money there. Increasingly building up on EAT.
What's EAT?
So experience, I forgot what was the second E stands for, authority and trustworthiness. Experience, I'm trying to think what was the second.
That's okay. You can describe it. I'll get that word for
you. Yeah. So the idea is showcasing to Google and showcasing to AI systems that whatever content you have on your website or any other platforms is backed up by subject matter expert. So basically positioning yourself as a subject matter expert. And the way to do it, it used to be you blog out, you put up a blog out there on your website and it would be sufficient. But then, when ChatGPT came out, there were like billions of blog posts written with the power of AI that are very generic. How do you differentiate between, one blog or the other article? Well, Google started looking at the author, the subject matter expert. Can I really trust this person or not? Is this content valuable?
Admin 1612 is not very trustworthy.
Exactly. Right. And especially for a lot of our clients that are lawyers, you have an advice written on paper, in articles. In order for Google to trust your information, you have to be an authoritative source.
Sure.
And it becomes a thing for AI as well. So to do that, not only you need to build up your avatar by outreach campaigns, link building and so on, but you have to position your content everywhere. You have to go out on podcasts like what we have right now. You have to interview other people. You have to participate in industry specific publications and so on.
Right.
You have to become a thought leader, otherwise you're irrelevant.
Yeah, and some people take umbrage to the thought leader moniker, but I just like to say you're just putting a stake in the ground about what you think, believe, feel about current conditions of your industry and what the future looks like, right? What the trends are, and that's sufficient to be a thought leader.
Yeah, express your point of view.
Right.
And by the way, that is your biggest differentiator. And the more you express it, the more you believe in it.
Yeah.
So it only helps.
Absolutely. Yeah. No, and I think you're right. To me, podcasting is the perfect mechanism for modern marketing at this point, for the foreseeable future, both as a guest and as a host. because it just gives you, as you know, so much content. I mean, I could stop doing podcasts today and I still have 50 years worth of content,
Yeah,
and
if you
so,
repurpose it all,
yeah,
easily.
yeah,
And you don't have to, like, you don't even need staff to do it. Same old Chat GPT or Claude, you just upload transcript, you can slice it and dice it the way you want it. You'll probably have, hundreds, if not thousands, of snippets of information you can put out on LinkedIn, your socials, or
yeah.
anywhere else.
And now, even if you are a shy person, you can write things. You can feed that into uh, certain services.
A
Get it
video, yeah,
voiced. Get it.
video
It's
AI. Yeah,
your own likeness, reading it essentially. And so you don't even really have to be comfortable on camera in order to be a podcast host at this point,
a
which is
hundred
pretty
percent
cool.
agree.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're doubling with HeyGen right now.
Yep. Yeah.
They have some interesting videos for sure. It did
Yeah.
take us a while to get it to a version where it looks like a human being, because there's a lot of, like, if you animate a lot, if you use your hand gesture a lot, then what you're gonna see is, let's say if it's a 2 or 3 minute video,
Well,
you're
fingers
constantly
and
gonna be doing this throughout the
yeah.
video.
Right. Yeah. No, I did one of those too. I thought I would never do the likeness. I thought that was my line, but then I was trying to read a case study, and I just couldn't get it done. And so then we ended up using a service similar to HeyGen in order to do the video, and it came out beautiful. It's very nice.
Yeah.
So it's a nice solution for people who don't want to be on the camera.
And Emmanuel, I think this is just the surface, right? Like what we see right now with HeyGen and so on. This is just the beginning.
It's as
We're
dumb as it
gonna
will ever be right now.
e- exactly give it a year, give it 2 years, you would
Yeah,
not be able to tell the difference.
yeah. Well, let's talk about that a little bit. Like, what do you see as far as what marketing and marketing agencies look like, say by 2028?
It's really hard to predict, because at the end of the day, we don't know how market is going to shift. And what I do know is just we have to be adaptable and we have to be flexible as much as possible.
Yeah,
um, because the rules of the game change very quickly.
yeah,
It used to be that Google used to have, a big update to its algorithm every other month, or once a quarter, and then smaller algorithm updates, like every other week or so. With AI, I think it's going to be rapidly scale up, and we're going to have to rapidly adapt to it as well. Adapt to the needs of our customers too, because the search behavior is going to change, and it's going to change all the time. So we have to understand, how do we get that user? How do we get their attention? As marketers, we have to understand, where are they going to search for information? There's no longer going to be one source of data. People are not just going to go to Google 90% of the time and
right,
Google for information.
right.
People have choices now, right? They can go to so many different tools. And I think it's extremely crucial for us agencies, for us marketers, to pick our lane, to pick our niche, or to pick whatever it is. It could be a vertical, it could be a service, and
Yep.
become hyper focused in that space. Because at the end of the day, what will truly matter is your mile deep understanding of that industry, of that customer, of what they search for, their pain points, time when they make decisions, and so on and so on. I don't think it's sustainable to be everywhere at once. I don't think this could be, this is a winning scenario anymore.
Yeah,
So I think specialists are going to win in the long run. And whoever is not going to be going to adapt to AI thing will probably have to transform, or they'll die.
sure.
Also, if you don't fully focus on delivering ROI and showing it to your customer, but you simply showing vanity metrics, as we call them, then I also don't think it's sustainable. I think your agency is going to have a hell of a time, because our clients will demand results. Our clients will demand that we show them true research on investment. They'll actually look at the charts, because it'll be so easy. They'll analyze their financial data. It'll be so easy. And they'll clearly see if we're bringing them enough leads, if we'll bring them enough traction so that their business can grow.
Sure.
So your typical focusing on traffic or positions will no longer be relevant. And to add to that, I think if you're still building up websites and that's most of your revenue, then I would definitely double down on something else. My dev team is currently saving up about 30% of their time because of dev tools like Copilot and Cursor and so on that automate a lot of the coding that we do.
Sure.
Coding is probably the fastest. It's where AI makes the most progress.
Yep.
So if you're still building websites and charging handsomely for it, sorry, I have a bad news for you. But that's not going to be sustainable.
Yeah, for sure. Let's see. What about for you? Have you, as you've implemented tools for your workload, have you spent that time redeploying it back into the business, or are you using it to spend more time with your family, or what are you doing with the time savings that AI is providing to you at this point?
We're constantly perfecting. We're constantly trying to. We have such a big backlog of activities that we still want to implement.
Sure.
It's like we're getting addicted to it. At first AI gave us a free dose that was very addictive, very, very powerful, and we're so addicted now that we have like a million of ideas. We're trying to pack them into different backlogs. We already have a backlog for the next year and a half.
Right.
That's how much stuff we want to build. So I wish. I like the idea of separating, business versus family time. But in reality, the more time you free up, the more I focus. I can only speak for myself and my team. But the more we focus on deeper things that make us stronger as the team, as the company. Right. It's crazy the things that we talk about with our team, like the efficiency, the budgeting, everything. Like all those things did not exist a year or 2 years ago, just because we could not get so deep, could not have such a meaningful conversations. Yeah.
All right, I love it.
There's
Well, Ivan, you and I could definitely have this conversation for 4 or 5 hours, but I know you got stuff to do. So I want to thank you. I appreciate it. I'm grateful for your time and your insight. And if people want to get in touch with you and have a conversation with you directly, how do they do that?
Yeah, Emmanuel, thanks for having me. I think it was a great conversation. If anyone has any questions, anything that you want to discuss, you can actually head out to my personal website. My marketing team actually built one of those for me to pursue EAT factors, right?
Yeah.
And that is ivanvislavskiy.com. You can find all my creds, all my info there. You can email me, LinkedIn, DM, whatever you want to do. Even if it's just if you want to shoot some ideas or discuss what the world is going to look like in the next 3 to 5 years, I'm happy to do so.
All right. Well, I love it. I love the work that you're doing, and I'm going to reach out to you again, so I have you on the show again. We can see what's changed in 3 or 4 months.
Love it. Thanks so much, Emmanuel.
Thank you, Ivan. Yep. Have a great day. Well, I love the work that he's doing with Comrade Digital, Ivan Vislavskiy, and I hope that you got some value from the episode today. I think the greatest takeaway you can make is to take your team, do some strategic planning, and set an aggressive goal for how many human hours you want to save by implementing some some form or fashion of automation or AI into your marketing department, into your or any part of your administration. So I hope you've had some value from our conversation today, and I hope that you test some tools, upskill yourself, and save yourself an hour or two to spend with your friends, your family, or to get outside and feel the sun on your face. It's Emmanuel Rose, Marketing in the Age of AI.
Thanks for listening to Marketing in the Age of AI. Be sure to subscribe wherever you heard this podcast so you never miss a future episode. Your copy of Authentic Marketing in the Age of AI is available at Amazon.com or EmmanuelRose.com. You can also connect with Emmanuel on LinkedIn. Thanks again for listening, and we'll see you next time.